talk about the past. I'm going to do it right now. I am.
Go ahead and do your move. Do your move. Mike, go ahead and start walking. He's gonna hear you.
Welcome to 1984. Well, kind of. You know, we're here at the 2025 Chicago Auto Show, and it was 1984 when Toyota came out with the Toyota 4RUNNER. I happen to own a 1989 Toyota 4RUNNER. It was one of my first vehicles that I ever owned and drove. And as we fast forward now to 2025, 72% of all Toyota 4RUNNERs are still on the road today. Whether you're out at King of Hammers or just cruising down the 405 in California, down in Florida or in New York, you're always going to find a Toyota 4RUNNER in the parking lot. The question is why? Well, it really is one of America's best-selling SUVs of all time. And for the new model year, 2025, the 4RUNNER gets an all-new look. It gets a really cool engine, and there's a lot to talk about with one of the most iconic vehicles of all time. Before we get into it and bring in someone from Toyota, I just want to talk a little bit about sales year over year. Toyota looking at about a 3% increase year over year. Things are looking good for the brand. And if there's one thing that really resonates with Toyota as well, is how the company has managed the world of electric vehicles. Pragmatic, keeping hybrids focused in the market. That's what they're doing with the brand, and that's one of the reasons that sales continue to climb. I'm going to bring in Kurt McAllister. He's one of the PR and spokespeople with Toyota, and you and I were talking offline. I mean, you can't get more iconic than the Toyota 4RUNNER. Like, you just say 4RUNNER and everybody knows. You don't even have to say Toyota. What makes this vehicle product line so amazing for the brand?
You know, I think it's just because of that ruggedness, that off-road heritage. I mean, that and Land Cruiser, people, when they think about getting off the grid, they think about vehicles like 4RUNNER.
Yeah, and this one's got an all-new look. We're going to both slide apart for a second. Look at this front grille, guys. I mean, for the new model year, this thing gets bold, it gets aggressive, and when a lot of other automakers are trying to, you know, think of this supple, elegant, sophisticated, luxurious look, you get that with Toyota, but on the outside, this thing's all rugged. Talk about the off-road capabilities of this truck right here.
Yeah, so we'll make sure that we matched up with the 5 previous generations in terms of that ruggedness. So, yeah, I mean, the chassis has been stiffened, big wheels, big shocks, you know, the springs, are everything you expect with 4RUNNER. So, you know, this course has been battle tested in terms of lots of different terrains, because in many ways this is a global vehicle, much like Land Cruiser is, so it can traverse everywhere, any place on the planet.
And I think something also that's really important to note is the fact that that iForce Max engine, one of the best engine platforms in the market, is now available on this.
Yeah, you know, back when hybrids came out, you never thought about that being part of the performance variant. But yeah, this now, of course, adds about 50 horsepower versus just the turbocharged 4. So this got 326 horsepower, about 465 pound-foot of torque. So this really brings it for a hybrid.
I'm going to put you to a good challenge right now. I'm going to try. We're going to come over here. We're going to go down the side of it here and focus on the exterior of the vehicle. How many trim levels are there for a Toyota 4RUNNER? I feel like I counted like 18 or something like that, but it's a lot, right? TRD, TRD Pro, stock version.
Cut it in half. There's 9.
There's 9.
Yeah.
So there's 9 trim levels, but let's just talk about the top of the line, not the limited. I'm an off-road guy.
Yeah.
Let's talk about TRD Pro.
Yeah, TRD Pro, again, it's got all the accoutrements when you think about the off-road capability, right? It's got the skid plate. It's got the in terms of the springs, in terms of the coils, everything that gets you across the trains. If you dream about going to Moab, or if just going down a deer path, it's more than capable.
Guys, follow me along here for a minute. I just want you to see the exterior. I do love the fact that they decided to put the iForce Max logo right up here on the hood. They're saying, hey, this is who we are. It's a hybrid motor. You're getting more horsepower out of it, like Kurt said. You go down below, you got the darker blacked out wheels. And again, the theme, a little bit more of the monochromatic style, right? Less color. You got black, you got gray, you make your way down. This is the Platinum Edition. So what makes it unique is when you spin around, you look at the interior. We talk about the off-road and rugged capabilities and features, but when you make your way to the inside, it is all about luxury on the interior. Just the dashboard itself. I love the design on the inside, a massive touchscreen as well. And again, as Kurt was saying, off-road capability is going to come regardless of which Toyota 4Runner you want to drive. So as we make our way back over to Kurt, I just wanted to showcase kind of the highlight and exterior style of this. You know, when we think about the brand as a whole, we think about the 4Runner, it's going to outlive all of us because this thing is so iconic. Pricing, where do we start on a 4Runner?
So with SR5, we start just a little north of 40,000, but then you go all the top to the Platinum where this sits, this is about 65,000.
So they're affordable, and what's great is if you're a consumer, you get to choose exactly the vehicle that it is you want to drive, which makes it amazing.
Well, absolutely. With 9 different trim levels, you can kind of personalize this any way you want. What's kind of neat about this of course, package is brand new, the Platinum along with the Trail Hunter. And this actually has something we borrowed from Tacoma. So this actually has the JBL speaker, the portable ones you can pop out that gets you 6 hours of Bluetooth music anywhere you want it.
Yeah, and I totally hear you on that too. You know, I think about it, and we were talking about this a little bit offline. Everything today seems to be measured by social media. And my own social media feeds, I could put something out, I won't name an automaker, but I could put something out and I only get a couple thousand views. For some reason, whenever I drop something on a Toyota Land Cruiser, a 4Runner, or a Tacoma, I seem to get great feedback. And I think there's something interesting. I want to talk a little bit about your customer. They cross every single demographic that you could possibly have, from those that are just getting their driver's license all the way up, you know, to those baby boomers that want something fun.
Yeah, really, it does touch all generations. I mean, there was a story someone told me a little bit ago that they actually have passed their 4Runner down to 3 different generations within the same family. So that's the kind of stories we love. Again, I think that anybody who loves going off-road, being adventuresome, you know, the overlanding phenomena that we were all talking about was really kind of born from COVID. And actually, people are looking at this new 4Runner to actually extend that adventure.
Man, I was putting big wheels on my 1989 4Runner back in the day. COVID didn't tell me how to be an off-roader. I was already off-roading. All right, Kurt, thank you so much. I'm going to throw my camera team for a loop. I'm going to make them pan around here in the booth a little bit and show off a couple other things. These are the vehicles that we showed off at SEMA. These are special vehicles. If you don't know about SEMA, it's the Specialty Equipment Market Association. It's the largest aftermarket show in the world. And these are 2 of the vehicles that are there, fully customized and built out. And I was talking about the Taco, right, the Tacoma. That's actually over my shoulder right here. That's the TRD Pro version. Dave, hold here for a second. I just want to show something to everybody. I'm going to get down, I'm going to crawl. So what makes a 4Runner so amazing is its ground clearance. So as I get down here, that's right, I'm doing it for you guys because I love cars so much. You have a lot of ground clearance. You have the skid pad down here. These are the things that off-road enthusiasts, they really want in the marketplace. They want to know that their vehicle they can take off-road, they can pound it hard, and you can do that. Don't forget about the other vehicles here in the Toyota booth as well. We're on the truck side, but they have so many different vehicles that they offer, and they are the global leader when it comes to hybrid technology. You have that from Toyota. So when we think about vehicles in the market, right, there's a reason that Toyota sales are up 3% year over year, and that's because consumers want 2 things. They want affordability, and they also want reliability. As Kurt said, there are 4Runner owners that have passed their vehicle down 3 generations, and I know if I still have my 1989 Toyota 4Runner, I know today that it would still be on the road driving, and that starts with one thing, the power plant under the hood. These vehicles, they are meant to last forever. I wanted to show 2 different vehicles before we close it out for you guys. You've got this one right here. This is the surf vehicle that we saw, the concept at the show in Las Vegas, fully customized. They went back to the old school style. If you think about an old school Toyota 4Runner, they had the removable top, so they modified this one and put the removable top back on. And then we think about Gazoo Racing, right? Gazoo Racing, this is one of their race vehicles right here. This is the GR86. And it's meant to be out there on the track. As you look at the exterior design and styling with those big headlights up on front. That's what it's all about with Toyota, right? Taking vehicles off-road, pounding them really hard. You've got the concept vehicles. Then you think about racing. And I'm going to close it out with this one, guys. When they came out with the new Land Cruiser last year, this really set a new benchmark for the brand. This is one of the most incredible SUVs here at the show. I love the design of the new Land Cruiser. I had one as a test driver in my driveway, and my wife, when I pulled up, she hadn't seen it yet. She said, this could be possibly the most masculine SUV you've brought into your driveway. I think what they've done, taking that iForce Max engine, going back to the throwback old school style with the racks up on top, the 4-wheel drive capabilities, you want to get yourself an SUV that makes sense, then you're going to want to consider the Land Cruiser. I just want to show you guys the exterior design on the side before we close it out here, because it really is incredible, right? You have a whole design feature on this with the boxy look, takes you back to that old school Land Cruiser. You give me 20 years, this vehicle is going to actually be considered a classic because people are going to hold on to them. And if I was in the market for an SUV right now and I wanted to have a little bit of fun, throw a tent up top, go overlanding, or take it out to Johnson Valley for King of Hammers, it's going to be this vehicle right here. So a lot of things happening in the Toyota booth, guys. I just wanted to walk you through the entire booth to give you a feel. A lot more stuff we're covering here at the 2025 Chicago Auto Show. We're going to end out, we're going to stop. Let me pause. What we're going to show you in the next video is going to be one of my total highlight vehicles here at the show. It's going to be in excess of $200,000, and I'll give you one little hint on it. It actually just set a Nürburgring lap record time under 7 seconds, making it the fastest Nürburgring lap time for an American automaker. You guys know what it is? Well, drop your comments below, and we're going to bring it to you guys here shortly.